I think it's about ownership, immersion, and connectivity. So like internet, crypto, virtual reality for experiential. And so like I think the true metaverse that everyone is hoping for is those three things. And I think we needed all three of them. Everyone always says like, well, VR's had 4 false starts. They have, by the way. But they never had the internet. Not one of the actual VR experience, like time frames when people got excited about VR, had the internet. Suddenly we have good connectivity. We have good like immersion. We're learning how to build good experiences. And then you add ownership in there. Suddenly I have digital items that I can experience rather than just look at through a window. And like right now I'm looking at my Bored Ape and I'm like jazzed, right? Like I'm like, oh yeah, that's great. But like I can't experience it, right? Like I have to imagine a little bit. But what if I could start to experience it? What if I could have a sculpture that I'm like looking around? What if I, bring together a community of Bored Apes together where I get to meet everyone pseudonymously?
Yeah.
So and every single Bored Ape's going to have a unstoppable domain. It's going to have a Web3 domain name that gives it a name, a wallet address, a identity that allows for the next future. Like, I don't see a world where DAOs take over and decentralized domain names don't, right? Like, I can only see a world because a domain name will start to build trust. Our items are going to have domains. Our individual are going to have domains. I mean, Matt Gould, he, the CEO of Unstoppable, he, pitched us 4 years ago. He, by the way, crazy thing, we had 10 companies in a session of Boost VC, and Nifty Gateway and Unstoppable were 2 of them in that one session of 10 companies. And so like we and it was 2 years before NFTs took off, and we just knew that it was going to be a thing, and it was great. So we're very
so cool. That's so cool that they were together in the same round. I didn't know that.
Yeah. Actually, that session had a couple other huge wins too. And what he pitched us, you asked at the very beginning, like what was our story of Unstoppable, and so Brayton Williams, who's my partner, he's been, he talks to a lot of the Discords and he spends a lot of time on the Telegram chat groups, as we all do, and we got referred this from one of our other companies, and the reason that Unstoppable stood out to me, because it was during a time when ICOs were really popular, DeFi was really popular to talk about. No one was talking about NFTs, first of all. And then the second thing that was crazy about it was no one, for some reason, I had never heard anyone try to link Web 2 and Web 3 well, where we'd have digital assets. We have domain names. Like, people have domain names. But no one had tried to bridge that gap of ownership with a product yet. Everyone kept trying to do native tokens, like in crypto, for all intents and purposes, has been very crypto native. It's very much like its own ecosystem, its own culture. But this idea of being able to bridge something that people understood, which was domain names, to Web3 felt like an opportunity we couldn't miss out on, because I felt it was going to educate the next 100 million people on how to experience crypto. And I think we're still right. It's just, it's going to take a long time. It takes a long time to get 100 million people on the system.
You're listening to the Unstoppable Podcast, the go-to place for everyone to learn about the latest innovations in Web3, NFTs, and the decentralized web. Welcome to the Metaverse.